Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Ready or Not. Alright, so again, catching up on 2019 films. All the information, cast, crew, some of the plot down below, but as always, going to read you what IMDb says is the plot as well. A bride's wedding night takes a sinister turn when her eccentric new in-laws force her to take part in a terrifying game. Now, this one came about a little bit of a surprise. I don't remember reading a lot about it before the movie came out and before the trailers released, and it kind of popped up there. And I know they showed the trailer a lot, but very close to its release date, if I remember correctly. And I really wasn't sure what to expect from this one. I was kind of worried that because it seemed to come out of nowhere, or at least in my eyes did. Maybe other people were more aware of the release, but I was a little worried this was going to be one of those that just popped up there out of nowhere, and it was just going to be a complete bomb. But apparently not. Shockingly enough, it got some good reviews, and it also landed on a lot of people's best for 2019. Do I believe it deserved it? I don't know. Going back and comparing it against all those other movies, but it definitely was a pleasant surprise. And then so I know I was even told to go see it in theaters, but I obviously didn't see it in theaters. I obviously saw it recently, so I guess I missed out on that experience. But yeah, it was definitely a pleasant surprise, and I might cut it short of saying that it belonged on the 2019 list, at least in my opinion, or at least my list, or so forth. But it was definitely a welcome surprise and a movie worth seeing. I don't really want to get too much into comparisons, but it kind of reminded me of Your Next, and Your Next with a different setup going on there. But basically the theme of a kick-ass woman just kicking ass, and in a way, I guess I didn't know what to expect with Your Next either, but that one turned out brilliantly, and I really loved that one. So what is it that this one had in store for us? You think about wedding and so forth, that's a little boring, and the good thing that they didn't spend too much time on that, and they kind of just moved quickly into the fun part. And you kind of got a strange vibe going on, weird family dynamic. Obviously the family, they all know what is happening here and what's going to happen, and the tradition, I guess they have to withhold a family tradition here, and playing a certain game on a wedding night. Anytime someone new is welcomed into the family. Now, for you that are married out there, going into a new family, maybe you get along with your in-laws, maybe you don't. If you don't, maybe this movie worked out well for you, as you get to see the woman basically kick ass and beat down and kill some of the in-laws. So maybe that works well for you if you like your in-laws, but maybe you had those thoughts anyway. Hey, well, it works for you again. Regardless, I guess if you thought you had it bad, at least hopefully they didn't put you through this kind of game and basically try to kill you. But then again, you could feel tortured on an everyday basis, or anytime that they knock on the door and come to visit. Regardless, this couple is getting married, and Grace doesn't know what to expect. She's very blindsided by this, but she's a sport about it, and she's like, okay, let's play the game, and here we go. And apparently she drew the wrong card. I guess there were other games where she would have maybe came out safer, or it would have been different. But instead they basically play a game of hide and seek. And Again, she has no clue what's going on. She's like, yeah, okay, not really what I was expecting to do on my wedding night, but I'll go for it. And she goes and hides, and the family then prepares and starts pulling out all these weapons and gets armed and is ready to kill her. And the groom is like, no, I don't want them to kill her. He kind of goes against the family in that regards, and decides he's gonna do his best to save her. And she goes and she hides, but she runs impatient, and again she thinks it's just a game. She's just messing around, and then to her fortune, first couple of times they try to kill her, I guess it doesn't work out. These aren't expert killers. These aren't serial killers. Apparently they've done this before, but not too many of them are experts in the field here. So she gets lucky, and she survives the first couple of attempts, and kind of then figures out what's going on. The groom comes and also fills her on what's going on, and then it's just basically a survive the night sequence after that, where she has to survive several attempts by different family members and even some of the staff in this big ass house, mansion, whatever you want to call it. That doesn't really do too much hiding, maybe a little hiding here and there after that, but it's just basically a killing game after that. And this one, to their credit, they also went the rated R route. You can see a lot of movies these days where it's PG-13, and that kind of turns some people off, and I very well see them. They could have went the route of making this a PG-13 movie as well, but they go the rated R route, and it works out for them because there's some really good and bloody deaths there, and particularly of the staff. Some of the staff gets killed in nice fashion. Why not? They're just the staff, just there to be killed. You think they're there to be working? No, they're there to be killed. And so that turns out well. Some good quality deaths there, and nice and bloody. So that's a plus for the movie. Rated R and some good deaths. But it's also fun. They sprinkle in some humor, and like I mentioned, it's very similar to Your Next. And I don't know if it's just me or from maybe a guy's standpoint, but it's good for a change to see a woman basically kick ass from the beginning. She wasn't too far taken aback. It wasn't one of those, kind of like more of a slasher film where she basically has to go through a whole lot before she gets the courage to overcome. Here, she sees her life's in danger, and she makes some mistakes, and I would say in Your Next she was definitely more prepared and skilled for this. But here, she makes her mistakes here and there, but she gathers herself, and she does kick a lot of ass, and maybe she gets lucky a couple of times, and she has fortune on her side, and overcomes. As the movie goes on, you find out a little bit more about why this family is doing this, and family history and tradition and so forth. So there's a nice little background story going on, and I'm not going to give away any. There's no spoiler here. There is a big conclusion to this movie, and finding out what this family is involved in and what's going on there, and a really fun ending. And I would say kind of ends the movie kind of in a way that I'd hoped, maybe Satanic Panic for those who saw that. I wished that movie kind of ended more like this one. And if you've seen both these movies, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to spoil either of them for those who haven't. And just say it ended on a very high note, and was very fun. It was very fun in the end, so I definitely can see why a lot of people liked it, and I really enjoy seeing movies that seemingly come out of nowhere. At least in my eyes, came out of nowhere. That's not big hyped movie. Obviously like the Halloweens and and Quiet Place, and that's coming up this year, and so forth like that. Everybody knows they're coming. Everybody knows they're hyped. When you see a movie like this do well, it's good to see. So, with that, great deaths, fun story, kick-ass job, kick-ass woman, kicking ass left and right. This is fun from beginning to end. I'm gonna give that 3.5 pools of blood. I have to go back and look to see what I gave your next. I hope I gave it more. I really want to see that movie again. They haven't shown it anywhere that I know of in a long time, so really want to see that one again. But definitely recommend that one. 3.5 pools of blood. Enjoy that one. If you get to see it, go back and catch up with that one. Definitely worth seeing. So with that, again, all the information for the movie is down below. Please check out horoscorereviews.blogspot.com for more reviews. You can find more video reviews up there, as well as my written reviews. I'm not going to cross ways and do a written and video review unless it's something for a very special reason, but I've yet to do that. But you can definitely find video reviews, at least the links to that is on Horoscore Reviews as well. And you can subscribe to this channel to find more video reviews and some other stuff that we'll be posting in the future, I'll be posting in the future. And all the social media, again, down below. So I thank you for checking out this review, and until the next review, catch you later, horror fans.